What is up, yackers, crackers, and multi-trackers? Thanks for sitting down at the messy desk with me this week. Today, before we get into it, I got two things I got to plug. I got to plug them right in, so just stay right here with me, and we'll get through them, and we'll feel better on the other side. Okay, number one, I have a Discord. I've had the Discord for a couple months now. Keep forgetting to plug it in my videos. Every single time after the video's over, I go, shit, forgot to plug my Discord. I have a Discord. Link down there, join it. We got all kinds of people talking about all kinds of things. We got capitalism memes. We got normal memes. We got weird memes. A lot of memes in there. We got a lot of smart discussion about electronic music. A lot of great people. You can vent about being a parent. You can vent about anything. Air your drama. Tell me your problems. Let's cultivate this parasocial relationship we have. Really take it to the next level. Why haven't any of you shown up at my house yet? Okay. That's number one. Number done. Number two, Electric Boogaloo. I have an EP coming out. The EP is coming out April 16th. It's called Coasting Towards Almost, being released through a brilliant little small label called Mystery Circles. David's a really nice guy. Let me bully him into releasing my shitty project from 2 years ago. But I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. I'll go ahead and link down to the Bandcamp down there, and you can stream it on all the streaming services. Really want to hear what you guys think. My $5 patrons will get it a week early. Going to be uploading that pretty shortly here. So you can, if you really want to hop on that, pay me money, and you'll get it for free, and you'll get to listen to it early. So those are the two things I have to plug. They're gone now. They're out of the hair. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video, multitracking. This is a question I get all the time. Octadad, how do you multitrack your Octatrack into Ableton? Octadad, I wish the Octatrack had overbridge. Why doesn't it have overbridge, Octadad? Yell at Electron. Ask them why they didn't put overbridge in it. Let me tell you, I got a direct line to Mario at Electron. He said he didn't put overbridge in it because he hates you, the viewer, specifically. So confront him about that. Talk to Chank. Maybe we can get something going here. Okay, I'm going to start a change.org petition, put it right down there. We'll get it all sorted, all figured out. Now, I'm going to place this at the beginning of the video so no one yells at me for taking a long time to say really simple things. Are you ready? See if you can stay with me here. When I want to multitrack the Octatrack into Ableton, I plug a MIDI cable from my DAW, because I have an audio interface that has DIN MIDI out, into the MIDI in, so it's synced to my DAW. I mute every track except for whatever track I want to record, so all of these, and let's say I record 8 bars of track 1, unmute track 1, record 8 bars of track 2, make a new audio track, record 8 bars of track 3, so on and so forth until I've recorded a significant amount of every single track in every single pattern. And it's super slow and miserable, and you miss out on all the fun crossfader stuff, but I feel like that's just sort of endemic to what you're signing up for with this sort of thing. If you wanted to be extra, I suppose you could record takes of you doing crossfader stuff, but buddy, it's hard enough for me to get out of bed in the morning. I can't be fucked to do that sort of thing. And so that's what I do. That's how you do it. It's exactly as tedious and as simple as you probably thought it was going to be. So no clickbait, no really big answer here. But if you stick around, I do have something that I think is kind of fun that lets you kind of maintain that flexibility of being able to multi-track individual tracks while still building your track out and having it available for performance without having to sacrifice any sort of that flexibility. So stick around and we'll talk about that. The dirty little secret that I have for you today is that I don't multi-track very much with the Octatrack. It's just not something I do. It's not what I use it for anymore. I have a Digitact and a Digatone, and I love them for the exact purpose of overbridge. They multi-track very easily, and there's no issues there. As such, I end up using the Octatrack more as a sort of performance mixer. Recently, I've been using it kind of in standalone fat Digitact mode, just to kind of dip my toes back into using the Octatrack and making music, because it's my favorite way to make music, and it's always been so much fun. And so I thought, what better time to explain how I multi-track on the Octatrack in the sort of rare occasion that I do end up doing that. And I actually developed an idea. I say that like it's some big thing. I'm sure everybody has thought about this already, but this is something that just occurred to my small bird brain. And so, of course, I have to share it with you now. And you can yell at me in the comments like, we already know this shit, idiot. Why are you making videos? I don't know, but people keep watching them and I don't know how to stop. But regardless, I recently kind of came across like a sort of light bulb moment of why haven't I been doing this forever? So let's talk about it, and then the video will be over, and you can go back to whatever it is you do for the week that I'm gone. And I can go back to treading water until I make the next one of these things. All right? All right. So here's the project I'm working on. It's kind of complex. It's just kind of heavy, I would describe it as. It's spread across like 5 or 6 parts across 2 different banks. A lot of resampling going on here. So let's listen to it first, and then I'll explain the kind of little nifty trick that I employ here so that I can build the track and perform the track and keep composing on the Octatrack, but also maintain flexibility so I can multi-track later. So let's listen first.
I was trying to concentrate on a problem.
To start with breaking down exactly what my little trick here, my little nifty trick is, let's start with talking about some of the kind of track layout of this song. I don't want to do a complete track breakdown. That's not really what this is. If you're interested in that, maybe comment down below and yell at me and I can do something like that. But I just want to talk about the problem I ran into and the solution I found for it. So let's do that. I have these 3 parts of the Stars of the Lid sample. So it's 3 different parts of the sample spread across 3 tracks, and it sounds like this. So when I take it into a B section, I keep these 3 parts and I switch it up a little bit, and it sounds like this. And so that's great, but it takes up a lot of room, right? 3 tracks out of 7. You only have 4 tracks left, and that's kind of your drums, your kick, snare, your hi-hat, and then your bass. So you run out of room. Where do you go from there? Well, you start a new part maybe, but you run into the issue of like you still need these core components. And so what I decided to do between pattern 4 and pattern 5 is I switched parts and I resampled those 3 melodic elements to 1 track. And so now that's bounced to 1 track, and I have room to put in risers and other stuff on these additional 2 tracks. Now, this is super like baseline simple. People have been doing this with the 303, J Dilla days forever. The thing that I think is kind of nice and elegant about this is that it allows me to keep writing and composing on the Octatrack, but because I did this in a different part, if I go back to pattern 4, which is assigned to part 3, I still have these 3 things broken up into stems. So when I decide to do that really arduous process of multi-tracking into Ableton, I still have that flexibility. I still have those 3 tracks there. I'm not destructively resampling here. I'm constructively resampling because I get to build on top of these things, but still be able to go back and have a reference point for them. So that's basically it. That's basically the trick. It's not even a trick. I don't know. This is all very clickbaity. I think people are probably going to get mad at me for this. But if anything is a light bulb for me, I want to share it because then it probably will be a light bulb for somebody else. There's someone out there as stupid as me. If you're out there, get in touch with me. We can get a drink or something. Not like that. Like a friendly drink. I have a wife. I'm very happily married. I never talk about it, so you probably didn't know. But I have a wife. And 2 kids. I'm pretty happy about it. What's up? Are you single? That sucks, dude. I have a wife and a dog. It's a family flex. Anyway, so before I get out of your hair, before I leave, I'll talk about one other thing I did. When I go to bank 2 pattern 1, I did another thing where I sampled all the drums down to one track, and it sounds like this. And what that allowed me to do is, again, just keep writing, keep doing new stuff, and keep progressing the track. But if I want to, I just go back to bank 1, pattern 3. All the drums are there, broken out to be stemmed out. So that's it. That's the whole thing. And if you're a little disappointed, I don't blame you. But I think a lot of people reach out to me thinking I'll have some sort of like wizard answer about how you multi-track with the Octatrack. There isn't one. It wasn't built for that. It's not the kind of machine that it is. It's a performance sampler. It says it right here. It's meant for live performance. It's meant for kind of being in the moment and letting things be ephemeral. That's how I read it anyway. It's how I've used it for a really long time. But in the instance that you do want to go through that kind of arduous process of, recording each individual track for 8 or 16 bars, and then, arranging in Ableton, which I've done before. My track Escaping Stasis does this. I'll link it down there. You want to have some tricks up your sleeve, and you want to be able to, in my opinion anyway, stay composing on the Octatrack for as long as you can before you hop over to Ableton. And for a while, I would just use up 7 tracks, a couple patterns, and be like, well, shit, all right, time to go to Ableton. And it would always feel kind of malformed. But now, I can just keep kind of iteratively resampling. And as long as I spread it across parts, which if you jump between banks, you really have an absurd number of parts. If that's not clear, comment down below and I can kind of elaborate on that a little bit. So there's really not that much of a barrier to how far you can go. I mean, you could just not waste time and resample down the entire track and then add some more stuff on top of it and then resample all that down. As long as you're jumping between parts, you can always refer back and always be able to stem out the full thing. And so, yeah, there you go. That's the whole thing. That's how I do it. It's not fun. It's a labor of love, I guess. I do love this machine. I do love composing on it. And so, yeah, if I absolutely feel like I want to finish a track, that's how I'll yank it into Ableton. And from there, I mean, it's just arrangement and mixing, my man. Layering, stuff like that. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me this week. Go join my Discord. Everyone's really friendly. Everyone's looking for new friends. Stream my EP when it comes out. It'll be coming out like a couple days after this video actually releases. So go stream that. Join my Patreon if you want these videos early, if you want some sample packs. Come take lessons with me if you want to learn how to use the Octatrack. Plug, like and subscribe and ding the bell and, I don't know, carve my name into your skin so I know that you really care about me. I don't know, man. I always feel weird doing this. But I think I got to do it. It seems to work. And no one has called me a complete sellout shill yet. So do that in the comments, you cowards. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot to me that you guys tune in. There are 1,000 other people you could be watching on YouTube right now, and for some reason you chose to spend your time with me, and that, I think, is really, really special. So I'll let you guys go get on with your evening. Thanks for spending this bit of it with me. I'm Daniel. This is The Messy Desk, and I love you more than I love my new shirt from Teenage Stepdad. Don't feed the pigs. I'll see you next week. Peace.